Okay, we are back. Hi, I'm Gretchen Little. This is Death Nella.
Hi.
You are watching the 2018 Junior Roller Derby Association Championships live on WFTDA TV. Who do we have next? This is game number 3.
This is game number 3 in the open division. We have Des Moines Derby Brats against Tampa Bay Junior Derby. And Gretchen, you're going to do the roster for Des Moines.
Okay, yes, for Des Moines, number 07, Jamit Jacob. Captain is 12, Razor. Number 13 is K-Boom. Number 18 is Killbilly. Number 23 is Wrecknology. 306 is Lil Rebel. 333 is Triple Threat. Number 4, Mad Hatter. Number 711 is Miss Batitude. 731 is Enigma. Number 8 is Muhammad Ali. And number 9 is Dragon Fire. And the Des Moines Derby Brats are coached by Mark Muse, Anastasia Smith, and Daniel McLaughlin.
Excellent. And Tampa Bay, we have number 10, Rain DePayne. Number 110, Little Miss Perfect. Number 112, Tinker Bomb. Number 1217, Frico Suave. 1676,
Frico
Lemonade.
Suave.
Frico Suave. Number 23, Complicated. Number 3, Abby Normal. Number 4, Anya Last Nerve. Number 41, Sonic Boom. Our captain is number 7, Haley Dubinsky. Number 789, Shark Bites. Number 88, Nightmare. 888 is Peaches and Screams. Number 9, Hot Wheels. And 999 is Honey Badger. They are coached. Tampa Bay Roller Derby, Junior Derby rather, is coached by Rojo Grande and Coach Lucky, and their stats is Tootsie Pop.
Yeah, I think Rojo Grande, actually. Tampa fans will recognize that name. And again, one of the themes we're seeing is that these teams are being coached by some of the brightest stars in roller derby. So they really are getting the knowledge, like, direct. Okay, this is a number 3 versus number 6 game. Des Moines coming in at the 3 seed. They have a storied history over the last couple of years. They actually won the 2016 championships, and they placed 3rd in 2017. How about Tampa Bay?
Tampa Bay was not at the JRDA champs last year, but they did have a strong showing in 2016. They placed 6th in that competition, and then they were also 2016 Southern Regional champs.
Okay, then.
Placing 1st there. So they're coming back. They have a little bit of a break. It'll be interesting to see their evolution. And Gretchen, you were saying that this year Tampa, as it was, went as high as 3rd in the JRDA rankings, and then settled in 7th, and they're coming in as the number 6 seed.
That's right. And so, you really have to wonder, it's kind of depending upon, do you have your entire roster, and et cetera, as to how they're going to perform. And that goes for both teams. We have a couple of mutual opponents that we can take a look at, but it looks like we are getting ready for action.
We are getting underway now.
Let's take it to the jam line right now. Des Moines in the black uniforms, Tampa in the pink, and at the jam line for Des Moines is 007, Jamit Jacob, and it's going to be Frico Suave with the star for Tampa. We have a little bit more time as the officials. Oh, let me talk about the officials. Let's give them some well-deserved recognition. Dano, Burrian's Havoc, Hannah, Prim Reaper, Greaves, Bobtimus Prime, Mel O'Trauma, Ms. Hyde, and Toxic Narcotic are our NSOs.
And on the referees, your rear inside pack ref is Sergeant Major. Harley Quinn Davidson is front IPR. Strapping Young Beard is a jammer ref. Same with Honey Badger. Flo Block is your OPR. And rounding out the OPR team is Sir Lancelot and Richie Cranium.
And we have a first lead jammer now. This is Frico Suave for the number 6 seed Tampa Bay Junior Derby All-Stars. Frico Suave caught in the back right now. Jamit Jacob caught in the back, but Frico's having his own issues up front.
Yes, both of those walls making it very difficult.
Okay.
Frico getting out.
Frico now through for 4,
Technically 3 there, earned a no pass point.
Thank you for that, Deathnella, and quickly into the pack again, but bumped out by K-Boom is Frico Suave, and we have a power jam right now in favor of Tampa as Jamit Jacob is sent to the penalty box, joined by teammate Recnology. This is green light Tampa. 5 more points for Frico Suave, and he's going to call off the jam.
So Tampa Bay puts on the first points of the bout, sitting at 9 at the end of this jam.
Yeah, and icing the jammer for Des Moines. Des Moines again with this number 3 seed, but when you got a 3-6 in a tournament structure like this, upsets could occur, and of course that's what Tampa's looking to do.
Exactly, Gretchen. We don't really know what we're going to see out there. It's been a day of surprises. A lot of teams showing up really strong hot off the gates.
Tinker Bomb with the star on the power jam start for Tampa, and getting some resistance. Back on the track now is Jamit Jacob out of the box. Now Jamit Jacob is popped outside by Peaches and Screams, and we have 2 straight lead jams for Tampa.
And we do have 2 Des Moines skaters in there in the penalty box right now, Enigma and Dragonfire. I missed those calls.
Okay,
but they were sent there really quickly.
Jacob
and another
is through.
Des Moines skater going to the box, wondering, is there even room for me?
You are correct. That's Recnology now, and they will be waved off. So a 4-0 jam in favor of Tampa. Tampa putting the gas pedal down early in the game.
Very much so, Gretchen, and getting that power start is so beneficial. You can really set the pace of what's going to happen in that next jam.
Okay, so it's Anya Last Nerve to jam for Tampa against Razor for Des Moines.
Yeah, gets knocked out by number 8 there, Muhammad Ali.
Oh, and Anya Last Nerve is going to get 3 straight lead jams for Tampa. Oh, and another jammer penalty on Des Moines, this time cutting the track on Razor. So a power jam Tampa, and Recnology now reporting to the penalty box.
Big hit by Enigma there on the Tampa jammer.
And Anya Last Nerve's going to take 5 points and call off the jam. Tampa really playing disciplined derby in the early going.
Gretchen, you said it right off the start. They're hitting that gas pedal. They are just going for it. And getting these power starts right at the beginning, it'll be interesting to see what the effect is later on in the game. Sometimes when you have a really effective, powerful start in a game, you can get a little complacent, but we'll see what happens here. We're seeing a pivot line start here.
Yeah, Frico Suave with the star again, and Frico Suave finds no room in corner 1, turn 1, I should say. I've had it pointed out to me that there actually are no corners on a oval track. Oh boy, and that's Lil Rebel just going face to face with Frico Suave.
Big hit there by number 8, but that is called.
Yeah, Lil Rebel finally has to let Frico go. Yeah,
number 8
penalty on Muhammad Ali, and another lead jam now for Tampa. Through the pack for Des Moines is Razor, and Razor into the pack. Frico calls off the jam, and still no points for Des Moines. Now 5 more for Tampa.
Gretchen, they're spending a lot of time in the penalty box is what's happening here. Number 306, Little Rebel, sent to the box on a forearm call just toward the end of that jam. So they're going to start now down again some of that defense, and it looks like they're going to need to really put the pressure on their defense to slow down that momentum Tampa is getting right now.
Yeah, the officials are calling the game fairly closely right now. Tinker Bomb with the star for Tampa, and she finds daylight. Lead jammer again. Triple threat with the star for Des Moines.
Yep, putting on the power.
And Hot Wheels and
gets around that last blocker there, Gretchen.
Yeah, nice move by Triple Threat, but Tinker Bomb is already into the pack. taking no chances. 4 points for Tampa.
Mad Hatter from Des Moines with a great hit there to force that jammer to call it.
If you've got any questions about the action you're seeing this weekend, use the hashtag #TalkToJRDA to chat with us on Twitter. And don't forget to follow JRDA on Twitter using @JRDRocks. How about that? All right. Ooh. We are underway right now. Anya Last Nerve with the star for Tampa. And this is Jamet Jacob again for Des Moines. Jamet Jacob at the front of the pack, but bumped out by Rain DePayne.
Both of these teams putting that pressure on those walls are really hard to get around.
Yeah, the defense is starting to expand on the Tampa side, but Jamet Jacob is facing some pretty tough going. He bounces outside. First lead jam for Des Moines. That's what they needed.
Certainly, and then they were able to keep that other blocker toward turn one for a while. Now the pack looks to be speeding up.
Okay, Jamet Jacob calls the pack.
Yes, they
2
did.
points.
2 points on the
2
board
points.
now for Des Moines.
Yeah, 27-2. The most important thing right now is to get on the board. 27-2, as I said, in favor of Tampa. 22 minutes, 54 seconds to go.
And Gretchen, one of the things about Des Moines is they have a number of skaters who are also on some high-level teams. Muhammad Ali's with Team United. There's a number of Team United WFTDA squad, Dragonfire, Razor. These are all skaters as well who will be aging out.
Oh, so their last hurrah at champs now. Okay, this is Frico Suave again with the star for Tampa. And going against Razor, the captain of the Des Moines Derby Brats. And, boy, no clear advantage right now. And as soon as I say that,
Des
Razor.
Moines, yes, gets the lead. So that's the second lead of the bout so far for Des Moines.
And second in a row. So they are starting to adjust to this track surface and the situation at hand. We have a forearm penalty now, and that's going on Razor. Power jam in favor of Tampa and lots of time.
Frico Suave going to make full use of that. Fast skater, agile as well. Picks up 5 points for those efforts.
Yeah, well, it's the amazing thing about the juniors action is they're all agile. They're young. They've got those, all that great connective tissue that hasn't been stretched and worn down by the ravages of time. And oh, look at Frico Suave going low
with a bean dip on the turn one there.
Beautiful dance. Oh, but it's a cutting the track penalty. Maybe a little artistic, yes.
Good push there.
Legal, maybe not, Frico. So he's going to take a couple of points to the penalty box. Oh, but another box trip now going on Razor. And boy, that hurts Des Moines more than it hurts
Certainly
Tampa.
Does. I was just going to say she got a great assist by a teammate, but I think that assist may have launched her into that penalty.
Frico Suave back on the track, as is Razor. Nice defensive work.
There was a star pass there. Frico Suave passed it to.
Oh, you are correct.
Complicated, number 2-3. I guess figured, you know what? Why keep trying to use my legs out there, get a fresh pair out.
Well, and, it confused the defense a little bit, too.
Exactly. You have so many options. You're allowed to take as the jammer. You can take that helmet cover off, keep it visible in your hand, but keep it in your hand to get through as a stash. Of course, once you remove that, you lose lead. But guess what? So does taking a trip to the penalty box.
Right, so it's already lost lead. We have an official timeout right now on the track. That lets me tell you that the Junior World Cup will be coming to you live on twitch.tv Monday, July 23rd. That's this coming Monday.
Yes.
And Tuesday, July 24th. And you got to join us. It'll be streaming live by the WFTDA. Head to twitch.tv/WFTDA FTDA and watch both days for free, Deathnella.
That's incredible, Gretchen. And the other thing is, we want to hear from you. If you have a chance and you're on social media, you're watching the game, watching the stream right now, and you have questions about some of the action you're seeing this weekend, use the hashtag Talk2, that's the number 2, JRDA, to chat with us, Gretchen and Nella, on Twitter. And don't forget to follow JRDA on Twitter using @JRDA_rocks, and that's rocks, ROCKS.
With an exclamation point,
Why not?
I believe.
Add it right on there.
Yeah, you know it. Again, Des Moines, the number 3 seed. Tampa Bay working in the early going on a little bit of an upset, but way too early, as we've seen now. Des Moines establishing lead the last several jams. They will be sending triple threat to the jam line to take on Tinkerbomb for Tampa.
And one thing, Gretchen, that we've been talking about the penalties going in and out of the box, that is going to slow your momentum and also your ability to, effectively score points if it's the jammer sitting there, or, as we've seen, just break up your defense.
Sure.
Anyway, the action's on right now.
Okay, it's 5-on-5. Again, triple threat pushing the front of the pack. Triple threat is through. We have another Des Moines lead jammer. Tinkerbomb facing some rugged defense.
That was Enigma with a big hit to the inside.
Yes, a jammer stop. Okay.
Oh, that was a
star
smooth
pass
move.
on the Tampa side now, going to Haley Dubinsky, the captain. That'll force the call off, but 5 points for Des Moines.
So it looks like we are going to see a number of star passes. And just to get everyone up to speed, to do those legally, it's a fine art in a way. It seems simple. Oh, take the helmet cover off, pass it to the pivot. But both of you need to be legal, inbounds, upright, in the engagement zone, all proper. And then, of course, you want to do it in a way that's effective. So ideally when that pivot is toward the front of the pack.
Right. We said it in the earlier game. You don't just pass the star because you don't want to jam anymore. You pass the star for benefit. At least that's the idea. Okay, we've got complicated jamming for Tampa versus Jam It Jacob, who gets out for lead. Okay.
Now
Des
we're seeing
Moines
it.
has taken stock of the situation, and they are now starting to assert themselves. High rolling action by Jam It Jacob. Oh, and he's
It's a
called
cut
for the
track.
cut. Oh, my.
You got to risk it for the biscuit, and that was a big one there. Big apex jump. And that's what I've been hearing all day, especially on the open division side, seeing and hearing about all these apex jumps. So I've been looking forward to calling an open division game. Wow.
And there's another one.
There we go, complicated.
Complicated puts up 5, going airborne. It's simply part of the game at the junior level.
Yes.
And it's wonderful to see. Oh, nice takeout there by Muhammad Ali. That'll roll back complicated, and Jam It Jacob is now returning to action.
A decent penalty kill there, too.
It certainly was, yes. We've got 5 up for Tampa.
We had an illegal contact call on number 8, Muhammad Ali, for Des Moines.
Okay, and points up for Des Moines now. Jam It Jacob has 4 and is engaging the pack again. Look at that bump out.
Wow. Meanwhile, Complicated is collecting 5 points.
Yeah. Hot Wheels for Tampa is doing some nice work along with Sonic Boom.
It's a long jam for both of these skaters out there.
Still 15 seconds to go in the jam. So, and a cutting the track penalty is called on Jam It Jacob. So, boy, that's 2 box trips in one jam.
And I see a bit of a head shake there by Jam It Jacob. I'm not sure. I guess he doesn't agree with that call. But one of the things, Gretchen, that I've been mentioning before as well is being a referee and having that vantage point. You might think as a skater or as a little announcer that you can see everything. Well, you can't. And really, neither can the refs. But their vantage is so close, immediate in the action.
It's designed for making the call, and they certainly have the best view of the lines for cut calls.
Exactly.
No doubt about it. Okay, back to the action. Power start for Tampa. Anya Last Nerve with the star, rolled back by Muhammad Ali.
Oh, and there's 2 whistle blows there. Definitely saw some action.
And it's a high block called on Anya Last Nerve. So the Power Jam now going the other way. Jamet Jacob entering the fray.
And he's still eligible for lead at this point.
That is correct. And, trying to prevent it, but not able to do so is the Tampa defense.
I had to go, woo! That was a beautiful run down the outside line there, Gretchen.
It certainly was, and it was not for lack of defensive effort on the Tampa side. Both jammers back in play now, and both of them getting roughed up by the respective defenders. Up at the front now, Anya Last Nerve completes the initial pass, and Jamet Jacob
takes a tumble there
on
turn 3.
And trying to pull the cut, and that was a generous seed on the part of Jamet Jacob, who's starting to say, let's get this jam over with.
I'm not sure if he was aware that
he had lead. You may be correct, Nell. Okay, 4 points for Jamet Jacob, 4 points. Boy, a lot of action for a wash there.
Yes.
Tampa with the 55-21 lead over Des Moines. We're almost at the halfway point in this first period.
So much action, and Gretchen, you hit it on the head when you said, look at that, Des Moines, lead. Now, of course, when you start doing the penalty box shuffle, as I like to call it, or the little spiral, it can slow you down, but Triple Threat is looking to pick that momentum up again.
That's right, and Des Moines just holding back, forcing the action of a little passive offense, and it worked. It worked. Well, when you have a powerful jammer like Triple Threat, he has the ability to move that defensive wall outside of the engagement zone. All right.
But number 888, Peaches and Screams, doing a formidable job up there.
Very well defended by Tampa. This is a scoring pass for Des Moines. The Power Jam is over, and 5 points go up.
Gretchen,
for Des Moines.
We're going to need to talk about that front blocking a little later in the break because it was amazing. And now we're heading into another trip through the pack, but a power jam situation now as well for Des Moines.
Oh my, yeah, back to the penalty box and calling the jam to ice the Tampa Jammer is Triple Threat. We're waiting to see the
And we had a multiplayer call on the Tampa pivot as well. So number 999, Honey Badger.
3 more for Des Moines. Des Moines clawing their way back in. What was it you were going to say about the blocking formation there,
Peaches
Nella?
and Screams was up here just holding back the Des Moines Jammer. And that is what we're seeing at that junior level, that effective pack awareness, knowing where the engagement zone ends, and then working it right to the last second.
You know it. Razor with the star for Des Moines. This is a power jam start for the team in black. If you're just joining us, Des Moines is the number 3 seed in this Open Division Championship tournament. Tampa is the number 6 seed, and that's 5 points now. Tampa coming out to an early roaring start, but Des Moines firing back.
And we have Anya Last Nerve back on the track for Tampa, coming in hot up against number 9, Dragonfire for Des Moines.
Okay, Razor putting up some more. 10 points now on this jam for Des Moines. And the pack finally slowing down between turns 3 and 4. And Anya Last Nerve is popped hard inside.
Anya Last Nerve's teammates trying to make holes there, trying to make spaces. Captain Haley Dubinsky cutting through some of those Des Moines blockers there.
Okay.
But not effective enough to get points for Tampa.
Anya finally getting through 4 more points for Des Moines. And don't look now, we got a 12-point game now.
This is what I love about Derby, though, Gretchen. You never know. There's no lead that's safe. Well, I shouldn't say that. I guess sometimes there is.
Well, yeah, if you get the 300-point lead, that may be safe.
300 to 30, and there's 5 minutes left.
We have a timeout now being called by Tampa, and they've got to be thinking right now. Geez, we took a pretty solid punch on this Des Moines team early on, but we're seeing their character now.
This has been a great matchup so far. And just a reminder, you're watching the 2018 Junior Roller Derby Association Championships live all weekend on WFTDA.tv. Stay tuned for 2 tracks of action from the Open Division, that's what you're watching right now, and Female Division Championships, hosted by JRDA and Philly Roller Derby.
Yes. Just so you know, if you're trying to plan your day around some of these games, the Open Division games are scheduled to begin on the odd hours, and the Female Division games are scheduled to begin on the even hours throughout the day. And that will hold true throughout the event. So,
And a reminder to be patient as well, because some of the other games have bumped the timings a little bit. For the most part, though, this tournament's running very smoothly, on time and efficiently. We just want to make sure all the skaters have the appropriate time to warm up and be safe, because safety is paramount.
Okay, Tampa's first time out has expired. We have Frico Suave for Tampa.
And triple threat for Des Moines.
They will be facing off on the jam line. Penalty box currently empty, so they've got a full pack to contend with.
And triple threat gets through.
Yeah, all of a sudden Des Moines really showing their talent, and Frico Suave, no slouch, but he's got a half a track to catch up now. Scoring pass for triple threat. He will call off the jam with 1 point. 1 point. So, so many factors involved, and these skaters seem to really understand the game.
And we're talking about triple threat, who is proving to be just that, taking on so many different positions in this half of the game as it is. He's also with JRDA Team USA East, so we'll be playing in the World Cup, as well as skates with MRDA, the Men's Roller Derby Association, because he will be aging out this year.
Amazing. Okay, we got K-Bomb for Des Moines now, taking on Tinkerbomb for Tampa. Again, it's a full pack. Now we've got Des Moines losing their pivot to the penalty box, and trying to hop around on the inside is Tinkerbomb. Unsuccessful. She's called for cutting the track. Power jam Des Moines. We could have an impending lead change here, as K-Boom is through. K-Boom is lead for the Brats.
Tampa has 2 blockers in the penalty box as well. A blocker as well joining that jammer.
Boy, Honey Badger there along with Lemonade really unloading on K-Boom, but that is 4 points for Des Moines. K-Boom quickly into the pack again, and this time a little bit quicker. She gets 5, calls off the jam, and all right, 2 points now, Nell.
Oh my goodness. And now they get the power start. They get to set up the way they want to, Des Moines. And of course, the K-Boom, the jammer, collected 4 points on the second last scoring pass because they got a no earned pass. And that in Derby means if you decide that blocker that's hit you out has gone down and you'd rather cut in front of them instead of going behind and trying to earn that point appropriately again, that's one way that you can get a no earned pass.
All right. And we're back to the live action. This is Captain Razor for the Des Moines Derby Brats. Somebody's going to go to the penalty box on that one. Almost didn't even need a whistle.
Yeah.
Tinkerbomb is out for Tampa, but Razor puts up 4, and Des Moines have taken the lead.
We're seeing the lead change, and less than 9 minutes left in the first half. Wow. So we're just hearing from our wonderful stats keeper that Des Moines has gotten lead the last 10 jams.
That is amazing. Yes, our producer, George Carnage, here adding to the excitement. This game has really taken on a turn for the Des Moines side. Back to the action. We've got Haley Dubinsky, the captain for Tampa, getting out, getting lead. Triple threat is through for the Brats, but he's got some ground to make up.
Meanwhile, Hot Wheels, that's number 9 on Tampa, putting on the pressure. And it looks like we have Enigma going to the penalty box for Des Moines.
Haley Dubinsky doing a great job getting through for 4, but triple threat closing hard, picked up 4 for Des Moines as well.
So we're seeing that Des Moines is still in the lead right now, 61-59.
Oh my. Well, you know, Haley got spun around.
Yes.
And that affected the opportunity for her to call. You could see it was in her mind to call immediately, but by the time she got spun around, just those quick ticks went by.
And that's why you got to skate every jam as its own in a lot of ways, because you can have a jam like that, it's a net 0, but you still did a really great job. You skated your heart out, and it's a net 0.
Frico Suave now for Tampa. He's lead. He's calling.
Big hit by number 2-3 Recnology from Des Moines.
Okay, 3 points for Frico, and that will put Tampa back in the lead now.
Lead change once again.
Yeah. 0 on the back end for Des Moines. So, okay.
What a clean hit on turn 3, though. And it's right by the incredible photographers, so I'm sure they captured that moment as well.
That's right. Andrew Key's down there with the high-quality photography equipment.
I see a smile on his face. I think he's pretty happy about that. It's nothing like the action coming to you.
That's right. Razor now on the jam line for Des Moines. We have a little track maintenance going on right now. It's going to be Tinker Bomb with the star for Tampa. I'm looking over in the penalty box, and Enigma is standing for Des Moines. So it's going to be at least a small window of opportunity for Tampa on a 4-3 pack advantage. Do we have anybody trying to get in touch with us, Nella, on the Talk to JRDA?
Well, I'm just looking, because one of the issues that we have is that the internet connection out here is what it is, as we'll put it. So if you do want to get in touch with us, we are working on getting that going. You can certainly use the hashtag #Talk2, that's number 2 JRDA, to chat with us on all the action.
Okay, Razor fighting at the back of the pack. Tinker Bomb also fighting for Tampa, and both packs starting to, both teams starting to solidify the pack around turn 2. Now we're in the outside straight. Still no definite advantage. Face to face with Complicated and Razor now asserts lead jam position, and that was earned. Oh my. Okay.
Yeah, all the way, taking it to turn 3 before you can even get that lead called.
Okay, and a long rollback by Enigma. That's a 5-point pass for Razor, so Des Moines have retaken the lead. Star pass on the Tampa side. Complicated is the recipient of the star, but called for cutting the track, so he'll take the star to the penalty box and power jam Des Moines. 5 more put up at the end of the jam, so the Brats now up to an 8-point lead, and they're looking to extend that on a power jam start coming up.
What about so far? We're seeing that these power starts here and there for both teams, seeing power jams switching back and forth too. That penalty box, though, is sure keeping warm down there. Lots of skaters in and out. We'll get those numbers to you at the half.
All right, triple threat with the star makes quick work of the initial pass. He's awarded lead jammer now, and Tampa taking the front of the pack formation, but triple threat looking to burst through, gets a organized offensive for push. 5 for Des Moines.
Yeah, starts collecting that extra lapping point because the jammer for Tampa was in the box. Now Complicated back on the track.
Oh, a nice offense, very well coordinated offense. Mad Hatter with the pivot stripe for Des Moines, running the running the offense right now. Out of the penalty box is complicated. That'll prompt the call off. 4 more points for Des Moines, and all of a sudden Tampa's on the down end. Des Moines 84, Tampa 62, 4 minutes to go in the first period.
I was going to say, with the time ticking down like that, it's going to be so interesting to see what happens in the second, how they're going to try to swing that momentum, because Tampa, of course, had all that momentum to start this half.
Okay, K-Boom for Des Moines now, and Haley Dubinsky for Tampa. K-Boom at working the back of the pack, getting ridden by Honey Badger. Now rolled back. That's Anya Last Nerve with the rollback, pushing the front now. Oh, and another jammer penalty cutting called on Haley Dubinsky.
Ooh,
and boy, what was happening to Des Moines early in the first period, it's almost a mirror image to Tampa now.
Definitely, Gretchen. It's a really great way to put it. Des Moines now getting by. That's number 13, K-Boom.
That's K-Boom, but she's not lead jammer, so.
It's going 2 minutes.
Yeah, isn't that the truth? Yeah.
And number 9, Hot Wheels, has been putting the pressure on those jammers, but Des Moines doing an effective screen on the inside.
Well, K-Boom wants to call off the jam, but, you know, when you're not lead, you can't do that. So 51 seconds to go in the jam. Haley Dubinsky is out.
Yes, such a quick apex jump there by K-Boom on turn 3.
5-point pass.
Oh, no, and another cut track assessed to Haley Dubinsky.
Oh, boy, and Tampa right now is just, they've got to dig down and do what they can to kill this penalty. Don't want to see this get away from them in the first period now. K-Boom wriggling through now and can assert one more. Yeah, spins on the outside.
Just adds it in for flair, but it's also incredibly effective. 5 points there.
5 more, exactly. 99 now for Des Moines. And Haley Dubinsky's going to try it again. She's out of the penalty box. The jam will run down to 2.
And they do pass the century mark there.
Yeah,
with
4
3 points.
more. I believe that's the biggest jam of the first period, an 18-point jam for Des Moines.
Well, when you're forced to go 2 minutes, you want to make it count. There's nothing worse than being stuck in there for 2 minutes and just picking up a handful of points. So both teams really putting on the pressure there.
Okay, it's Razor for Des Moines, Frico Suave for Tampa. Both teams at full strength. And Razor sees daylight on the outside, but Tampa quickly recovers. Oh, a little bit of a takeout there on Frico Suave. And we have another lead for Des Moines. Frico Suave still contending with that Des Moines defense in the back of the pack.
Meanwhile, we have number 88 Nightmare from Tampa now sitting in the penalty box.
This is a scoring pass for Razor, but not getting a lot of free space. Running into Peaches and Screams now up at the front.
Yes, and just such effective one-on-one blocking there.
5-point scoring pass for Razor. Frico Suave taken to the sport court and finally completing the initial pass now.
And we have a blocker cut track call on number 2-3 from Des Moines, which is Recnology.
Okay, Razor on the second scoring pass will call off the jam after getting 3 points. So that's an 8-point jam. All of us, well, not all of a sudden. It's been occurring over the course of the last 10 minutes. But Des Moines have really found their groove now, Nell.
Exactly. We're seeing that momentum shift. We're just seeing as well, as I've mentioned, that little bit of a revolving door in the penalty box, and that's causing a lot of issues kind of for both teams because
isn't that the truth?
They're so strong when they have, obviously, when they have everybody on the track, but it's even just sometimes being a little dissociated when you lose a teammate all of a sudden.
Sure.
And
well, and, you know, we said at the front that, things were going, everything was dropping Tampa's way at the beginning. Now, we've got Des Moines making a charge, taking a 48-point lead. Good time for the halftime break to occur.
Definitely.
If you're a Tampa fan, actually. They can regroup. They can figure out how to go about getting their lead back. You're watching the 2018 Junior Roller Derby Association Championships live all weekend on WFTDA.tv. On behalf of Death Nella, I'm Gretchen Little. We'll be back with the second period right after this. Hi, we're back. There's been a little bit of a need to speed things up.
Yes, so
Here,
our half was a lot
we
shorter.
have an abbreviated halftime. Gretchen Little here with Death Nella. Des Moines, Tampa. Now, what we saw at the beginning was Tampa at the 6th seed really taking it to Des Moines. And towards the end of the first period, Des Moines fought back and said, no, we are the number 3 seed, and we want to advance in this tournament.
And if anyone's watching for strategy here, what we saw with Des Moines was just an ability to adapt to that Tampa gameplay.
Yeah.
And any team that's moving its way up in the rankings in any league is able to do that, because we know that Derby can take many different forms and look a little different no matter where you play. And so it's getting used to the floor, it's getting used to the venue, it's getting used to that other team out there.
And their philosophy, sure. And, Des Moines has proven that over the last several years. They were the champions in 2016, and they were the third-place team in 2017. So they are, I'm sure that they have expectations that they are, they want to live up to.
Exactly. And Tampa has played the Des Moines Derby Brats this season, and they lost to Des Moines. So, we are seeing that too, that perhaps they're trying to figure this team out. Maybe that's why they came out really strong. And they have been strong. I don't want to take that away. Both teams showing really effective use of the track. We're not seeing these just scattered, fast-moving packs.
Not at all.
We're
not
hardly
at all.
even
it's
getting
very
no packs.
organized, very disciplined gameplay on both sides. The penalties have perhaps
Yes.
maybe the game is being called a little tighter than the teams are used to. But, there haven't been any official review requests as of yet. So, obviously, there's a recognition that the game is being called properly.
Yes, that's a really great point, Gretchen. A reminder that coaches, of course, if they feel something isn't right, a captain or a coach can go in there and do that.
At least once per period. So, yes.
And if you win it, you keep it.
That's right.
You lose, you don't.
That's right. So, while we're on the subject of high-level roller derby, we do want you to know that the 2018 WFTDA Continental Cups
They're coming
will be
up so soon.
streamed live, absolutely, on WFTDA.tv, starting with the North America East in Kalamazoo, Michigan, on August 17th through. That's less than a month away.
Yes. Wow.
That just really hit me.
Yep.
No, they're hosted by Kalamazoo Derby Darlings. Then we head to Omaha, Nebraska, where you'll get a chance to see both of us.
Yes, I'm really looking forward to that event.
Excited as can be to be part of that event for the 2018 WFTDA Continental Cup of North America West. That'll be August 24th through the 26th.
And then, of course, the final Continental Cup will be in Europe, and that's hosted by the Birmingham Blitz Dames on October 27th through the 28th. Now, reminder as well that watch passes go on sale July 31st. So
That's
stay
right
tuned.
around the corner.
Yes.
Yeah, that's like less than 2 weeks away.
There's something
Save
about summer.
your pennies.
Yes.
Do what you have to do.
And if you're in Canada, you don't have pennies, so save your 5 cents.
Oh, did
You're good to
Canada
go.
get rid of the pennies?
We booted it.
Oh, good for you.
We were
Good
not a
for you.
booted, so we booted it.
Well, that's I've been told that a long time ago the threshold was passed that the materials in a U.S. penny are actually worth more than the currency itself. But in any event, that may not be true. We're getting ready to start the second period. It's triple threat for Des Moines versus Frico Suave for Tampa. Des Moines with one blocker in the penalty box, but triple threat spins, stays in bounds. Lead jammer Des Moines.
And does a backwards toe stop run to get out, basically watching the action as he goes by.
Well, Frico Suave was pretty artistic getting through the pack on the initial, but triple threat in control of the jam called it off after picking up 4 and before Frico Suave could engage.
Now, I know it looks simple out there, Gretchen, that backward skating, but that is a skill you have to work on to get it to the speed as you're forward skating. And to do it in a way, you are able to see so much on the track if you can use it effectively. Doesn't always work great as a jammer, though, because you want to always be pushing your momentum in the direction you want to go.
We've got, Anya Last Nerve ready to go for Tampa. And this is Jamit Jacob for Des Moines, and now we've got a little bit of a official action over by the Tampa bench. I guess they wanted to make sure, 'cause this is a hockey-style facility, and so there's actually a latch in front of the in front of the benches. You have to open the latch in order to get on the playing surface. And I think that was the problem, was there was an issue with the latch. And so official timeout.
Just wanted to make sure everyone was where they needed to be.
Yep. Okay, here we go. This is Jamit Jacob for Des Moines and Anya Last Nerve for Tampa.
Jacob was trying to get through the same path as Anya, but now they're all caught up in that pack on turn 1. Jamit Jacob taking lead.
Yep, and Anya Last Nerve right behind, only about 30 feet of difference. And Tampa's at the back of the pack. Jamit Jacob goes in very hard. 0 points, 1 point for Anya Last Nerve.
Look at that.
Oh my, a steal. And boy, that was well defended by Rain DePayne for Tampa.
Certainly, when you come in hot, yes.
Paid the price for the
I don't want to tell you how many times I've been the sacrificial lamb on my team. A couple times. I say that because I know, I'm like, you know what, if it helps us out, it's okay.
Take one for the team, Nella. Take one for the team. Okay, back to the action now. We've got Tinker Bomb for Tampa and Razor for Des Moines.
Tampa really getting settled into that tripod.
They are indeed complicated, kind of bridging now, committing to defense, and Tinker Bomb is lead jammer. Another Des Moines skater going to the penalty box.
Yes.
Tampa making a little bit of a move here.
That was number 8, Muhammad Ali, going to the box for Des Moines on a forearm call.
Oh, and a high block call going on Tinker Bomb. That's going to slow their roll for the time being, but Razor is still not through on the initial pass.
Meanwhile, Hot Wheels trying to make her way up there. We're seeing a lot of blockers putting the pressure on each other, of course. Once you're in that engagement zone and you can legally hit whomever you choose.
Now through the pack is Razor, but it took quite a while. Standing in the penalty box is Tinker Bomb. Razor held up at the back. Tinker Bomb is through, or is released. Still 40 seconds on the jam clock.
Tinker Bomb trying to take advantage of the Des Moines line being up at the top, staying inbounds on those toe stops. Big hit by number 2-3.
Technology just lowering the boom for the Des Moines defense.
And she even gets so close on the outside, but not enough.
4 points for Tampa, and Tinker Bomb deserves about 20 for making it through.
I wish it worked that way, Gretchen. Big hit there once
points
again.
awarded by Gretchen. It would be an entirely different score at the end of the game, but that's not how it works. You are correct. Second scoring pass now for Tinker Bomb, and 3 more put up for Tinker Bomb, 5 for Des Moines. So
what an effort, because it's one
definitely.
thing as well when you're in the box, and I say this about any time a jammer goes, it doesn't matter which team, you have to be in the right mental space to know once I'm released, and that could be obviously as soon as the other jammer's put in the box, or the full 30 seconds. You have to be mentally prepared to get out there and fight again. And most of the time, that other team is waiting for you. Sometimes you're lucky enough to squeak by on that first pass.
Well, Tampa is trying to fight back now, but K-Boom finding room on the outside straightaway. Lead jammer for Des Moines.
Frico Suave, though, using his moves to get by as well.
That's right, up at the front now. K-Boom with the decision point. Frico Suave into the pack, but the call was made. 1 point, and 1 point for Frico Suave. 3 points. 3 points for K-Boom. So Des Moines winning that jam. But all of a sudden, we are getting hotly contested jams, Nell.
Definitely, Gretchen. And we're seeing Complicated taking the line there for Tampa. And I'm getting used to the style of seeing number 4. It's sort of off to the inside and just steely-eyed forward.
Yeah.
But
Actually, I believe that's Anya last
yes,
nerve
my apologies.
For Tampa. No issues. Triple threat with the star for Des Moines. Triple threat stumbling for a second, but and Anya last nerve gets lead against triple threat.
Chased down though on the corners, and now the pack is speeding up. We're seeing.
Okay, Anya's going to call off the jam, which was smart as Tampa had rearward position. Oh my goodness!
But Des Moines gets through with 3 because the Tampa blockers were in the back, and so when Anya called it, she hadn't reached her opposing blockers yet, but of course, triple threat squeaked by.
Well, and there you go. Even though you know the call-off is coming, you still accelerate, and that's what triple threat did right there. Okay, Frico Suave ready to go for Tampa. Jamit Jacob for Des Moines.
Jamit Jacob slicing through those blockers like butter over there. But Tampa is not so easily put by.
Oh, my. Jamit Jacob was popped out by Haley Dubinsky. And here comes Frico Suave on the outside. Lead jammer. Sorry.
Oh, I was just going to say we have a multiplayer call on Tampa there. Number 110, Little Miss Perfect.
Frico Suave going to call off the jam 4-0 in favor of Tampa. Okay, that's what they needed right now is 48 points at the period, and it's now 50 points. So Tampa clawing, holding on in this second period so far.
And there's still plenty of derby left. We have almost 23 minutes left in this game.
Yep, looking to light a little fire now for the Tampa Bay All-Stars is Tinkerbomb, and she'll be taking on K-Boom for Des Moines. Des Moines with a blocker sent to the penalty box.
Yeah,
at the
Enigma right at the start, basically. Did not see that call.
Des Moines now losing another blocker to a direction of gameplay penalty. So things are shaping up in Tampa's favor now for this jam. Ooh, K-Boom taken
K-Boom
inside.
Coming through. And she's piggybacking on her blocker there. Little Miss Perfect, who has also been skating for Crooked River in the female division.
Okay, Des Moines trying to run away with the pack. And Tinker Bomb is going to call off the jam. 0 points on that jam. She may have passed a couple of hips, but only when she was down, I believe.
Which
now.
Does not count exactly,
No!
Gretchen.
You got to be upright and inbounds. It's both. And we have an official review now being requested. Going to wait for the word. I believe that, it's being requested by Tampa. And George Carnage, our crack producer, is going to go down and try to figure out a little bit more about that.
Now, Gretchen, we talked earlier about the WFTDA Continental Cups, but let's talk about the 2018 International WFTDA Playoffs. Those start August 31st through September 2nd in beautiful A Coruña, Spain, hosted by Asprigantes roller derby.
That
and then
will be a great time. And if you can't be there, you certainly want to join in on WFTDA.tv.
I know I will be watching from home in Canada.
I may put
not
an
so hot
umbrella
Spain.
in my drink
Oh, I like that.
to feel more part of it.
In honor of Spain. But then we head to Atlanta, Georgia for the second playoff hosted by Atlanta Roller Girls on September 21st through the 23rd. And finally,
there you go. Championships. The 2018 International WFTDA Championships will be hosted by Big Easy Roller Girls on November 9th through the 11th in New Orleans, Louisiana. Tickets are on sale for playoffs now at WFTDA.com/tournaments.
you know, what I love about the Derby calendar is, it's sad because summer comes to an end, but then you're in playoff mode. And
That's
so
right.
There's a little bit of a silver lining. I guess it depends what part of the world you're in.
Well,
but
that's true, too.
in
Yeah.
Canada, summer is done basically
I'm
in
in
August.
Pennsylvania. It's the same sort of thing if you get northern in the state. Okay. Well, George Carnage is going to be coming back and letting us know more about what was discussed there. We're going to be starting again with Anya Last Nerve jamming for Tampa against Triple Threat.
We've seen this
for Des
matchup.
Moines.
Yeah, we've seen this matchup quite a bit.
Yes, we have, and we've got a 4-3 pack advantage for Tampa, and Anya Last Nerve
Wow.
taking advantage. Nice offensive formation by the Tampa Bay All-Stars to make some room for Anya.
And right now she's a quarter lap ahead, but her blockers are in the back, so perhaps we'll see what happened there. Des Moines did.
4-2.
Yes, Des Moines did come out with some points.
And it's a calculated risk. Again, there are certainly some benefits to setting up in the rearward portion of the zone, but that's, in those tough, quick jams, all of a sudden, you're leaving points available.
So we're hearing more about that official review. It was a review of no points. Tampa was wondering, hey, how come we didn't get any? And so they believe that they earned some. However, the point score stands, and the review was lost.
Okay, thank you, George Carnage. We are back to the action. We have Frico Suave as lead jammer for Tampa. Tampa making a little bit of a push right now. Not unexpected. Jamming for Des Moines is Jammet Jacob. Frico Suave going to call off the jam. 4 points, and that's a 4-0 blank in favor of Tampa.
And we're seeing the speed now, right? And Gretchen, when you were talking about why blockers might stick to the back, sometimes you don't want the pack to speed up. So when you as blockers go, okay, well, we're going to go to the front, then you just start recycling in front of each other and it becomes a swirling mess. Or you might get to the front, but then you're not together and you're not ready to accept that jammer and to get that impact. And then it might even be easier for the jammer to skate by.
All right. Oh, my. Big hole on the outside gives Razor lead jammer for Des Moines. And still fighting at the front of the pack is Tinkerbomb for Tampa. Razor quickly through.
So quickly on that one.
Yeah. And now completing the first 4-point scoring pass. And, boy, it's getting back to a little tactical roller derby right now. A lot of quick call-offs.
Very quick call-offs. Didn't even bother to let Tampa keep skating, which is, we know is one of those tactics. Let's just keep the other jammer going all the way around.
Sure.
It also is beneficial, I suppose, for Des Moines in that Lemonade, Lemonade, I believe, who is in the penalty box, is still in the penalty box.
True that. Okay, Anya Last Nerve with the star for Tampa, and K-Boom for Des Moines. K-Boom looks inside, and oh my!
Big hit on that blocker, yes.
Running into the pivot for Tampa.
Some
we'll
effective
give
bridging
you that
happening
name
now.
as soon as we can, because that was some nice face-to-face blocking.
If you're looking for a moment to replay, that's one of them.
Oh my!
Strong hit by the jammer. Strong standing by the blocker.
That was complicated with that face-to-face block for Tampa. And now a scoring pass for K-Boom, but Anya Last Nerve is still stuck in the pack.
And there's complicated. holding up the jammer once again at the front.
The crowd in turn 2 is just really enjoying the action there. Finally making it through. 5 points for K-Boom now. And if you're a Des Moines fan, you like that. We have a star pass now. Too complicated on the Tampa side. And another 5-point pass for K-Boom.
Yeah, they didn't want to risk that, letting Complicated get through.
No, and Complicated now is devoting to defense. K-Boom bounced to the outside now, but look at the offensive sweep going on the Des Moines side. Such awareness. It's really encouraging to watch. 5 more points for Des Moines, and boy, that was a shot across the bow by the Des Moines Derby Brats. As we said, they came in at the number 3 seed.
Exactly.
Showing a little bit as to why.
I believe there was some difficulty with that star pass, and that's likely why Anya Last Nerve ended up in the penalty box. I didn't get clarity on that call, though. Because it did look like it's complicated. Sorry. It did look like Complicated was in there, but.
Well, triple threat on the power jam for Des Moines now, and immediately getting lead. Anya Last Nerve back on the track, trying to make it through.
Big hit there by number 4 from Des Moines.
Yeah, that is Mad Hatter with a good defensive stop. And, boy, triple threat. If you're a Tampa fan, that's not necessarily the person you want to see with the star in this situation. That's 5 points, and looking for more, getting more. 5 more points.
Meanwhile, Anya Last Nerve getting held up by Enigma at the back of the pack.
Yeah, Enigma has to let her go as he's called off.
To the penalty box.
Yep. Okay, regrouping a little bit.
Yeah,
is
sort of
triple
at the start.
Threat.
Yeah, at the start of that straightaway there by the jammer line.
Yeah.
Oh, they're going to play this game.
Yep, it's a little bit of a cat and mouse division, and Anya Last Nerve is just saying, hey, go ahead, you do what you do you. 45 seconds to go in the jam, and triple threat already has 10 points, and
so Anya Last Nerve is just waiting, because otherwise she has to go and try and chase down triple threat and make sure she's entering in the right place. She's just going to wait for the pack to get to her.
That's right. That's right. It makes as much sense as anything in this situation. Unfortunately, though, for Tampa, time is not necessarily on their side with the 156 to 83 point differential. Okay, here
there
comes.
There we go. Derby's back in action. It's no longer broken.
That's right, and this is triple threat now, and another scoring pass for Des Moines, and he's called. Well, he's going to have to go sit down. 5 more points, but penalty going. Is it a high block? Back block. At the end of the jam.
That's from triple threat to his coach explaining what happened there.
I see.
Okay,
Eagle Eyes, Death Nella catching that call. Yeah, I see him now making the same gesture in the penalty box.
So now we have Haley, the captain, Haley Debinski, for Tampa
on a power jam start, and it'll be at least a full 30 seconds. Ray of light for the Tampa faithful. This is lead jammer now, Haley Debinski. Pack slowed down in between turns 1 and 2. Haley trying
gets knocked to the inside there, though.
Yeah, then Razor was right there, shutting off the opening.
And there's no room for more jammer penalties. I mean, there's never room for jammer penalties, but especially as you start getting into the last quarter of a game, those are just, they can be heartbreaking in a lot of ways.
Well put, yes. Razor now with the pivot stripe for Des Moines, doing a really good job organizing the defense. Triple threats out of the penalty box, through on the initial. 5 points go up for Tampa. So Haley Debinski doing the job Of course, Tampa would have wanted more, but 5-0 is 5-0.
And that's the part of roller derby. Sometimes, Gretchen, when I explain to people who maybe haven't watched it, they go, wait a minute, you can only get 4 or 5 points. And you go, oh, yes, but they can add up.
Yes, they can.
Time. And we've been seeing such a variance in starting formations as well. Here we have a pivot line start. Gives the jammers a bit of a run up. So you'll often set up that way if that's what you want your jammer to do.
Jammet Jacob with the star for Des Moines. Frico Suave for Tampa. Frico Suave now up against Enigma. Yeah.
Just trying to work, almost getting beat out there by his own blockers.
Oh, and Jammet Jacob is
with the lead.
Boy, the pack circumnavigated the track.
And now it's speeding up. Those referees on the outside working overtime trying to keep up.
Isn't that the truth? Jammet Jacob still not in a scoring mode, but in scoring position. He calls off the jam and does get 2 points. 2 for Des Moines, takes them to 162. Almost doubling up now on Tampa with 12 minutes and 3 seconds to go. And it appears we have a timeout now being requested by Des Moines.
The use of speed in this game has also been really fun to watch. We're not seeing it done in a random, roundabout way. It's being used when they know their jammer has the speed. They know the other jammer has the speed. They're able to manipulate that. And we started off seeing quite a few apex jumps. Haven't been seeing as many this half.
No, because the packs are, very contested.
Yes.
They're contesting all of the space, and you do need a little bit of space, unless you're superhuman skater. You do need a little space to start that apex jump, and there just hasn't really been happening. Let's take a look now as things progress in this tournament. The winner of this game moves on in the winner's bracket, and they will be playing at 7 p.m. tomorrow. They will be getting the winner of Philly versus the Attack Pack,
which is the next game in the open division, and that's
right.
at 3 p.m. Eastern.
That's right. Philly coming in at the number 7 seed already has put up a win versus the California Mayhem, but now they're going to have to do battle with the number 2 Attack Pack at 3 p.m. Again, next up on this track. Winner of that one will get the winner of this game at 7 p.m. tomorrow.
And as well, a reminder, if you want to chat with us on Twitter, you can do so. The hashtag is Talk2, that's the number 2, JRDA.
And Deathnella is checking her device right now. Hopefully we may, we'll try to respond when we can. Again, the signal in the Sportsplex is not ideal, so it does make for a little difficulties, but work on a secure Wi-Fi connection is underway. And if nothing else, hashtag everything so that you can have the conversation with your friends all over the world.
Exactly. We do have people from all over the world watching. Champs, of course, the next 3 days, including today, followed by the World Cup. So plenty of action happening right here in Pennsylvania.
Isn't that the truth? All right, we're getting ready to go. K-Boom with the star for Des Moines and Anya Last Nerve.
See, now I'm getting it.
Well, again, it's that patented setup, a very distinctive setup formation for Anya, and now into the pack. Oh my, K-Boom just...
But getting held up there by Complicated.
Yeah, Complicated was able to predict where K-Boom was going, and nonetheless, K-Boom does get through. Very quick start for K-Boom, though. Oh, airborne, just as we said.
Look at that. I need to start saying these things more often.
Yeah, exactly.
Not seeing enough apex jumps, apparently. They're listening to the feed down there.
Oh, no, Anya Last Nerve is...
Illegal contact.
Called for illegal contact. And so the power jam now going Des Moines' way. And, as this game has progressed, Des Moines has shown, that they deserve that 3 seed coming into the tournament.
Just an intensity from both teams. Lemonade up front trying to hold back K-Boom. Big hit by Hot Wheels.
Yeah, Hot Wheels says, no, come on. You're not getting by me.
And that's 5 points for Des Moines. And they get the power start. So right now, Anya Last Nerve is standing.
That's right. So it'd be
they decided,
less
why
than
don't we
10
start?
minutes or 10 seconds.
Yes.
Sure. Actually, speaking of 10 minutes, that's what's left in the game. 10
Wow.
minutes and 42 seconds. Des Moines up 172 to Tampa's 88, and just one player in the penalty box for Tampa, but it is their jammer, Anya Last Nerve. And here's the jammer of note for Des Moines. Triple threat. Yeah.
Coming through. Reminder that he's already about to age out. This will be the last time he's at JRDA champs. We'll be playing with the MRDA.
Well, and I'm sure he would love to go out with a title. He puts up 4. That is certainly not out of the realm of possibility.
There was a star pass for, rather 2. Number 7, that's Haley Dubinsky, the captain for Tampa.
That'll prompt the call off.
Yeah, she caught right up to triple threat there. But
yeah, they give each other a little bit of, respect, a little low 5, I guess you could call it.
And Haley Dubinsky, she's also aging out this year, and she's just been incredible as the pivot in these sticky situations. She's been able to position herself in the right place to accept the star and then catch up really quickly.
Yeah.
And Gretchen, I know that's something that we've talked about before, but you have to be in the right place. There's nothing like giving the pivot the star and then realizing, that's
there's
not
nothing they can do with it.
Yeah,
sure. All right, Jamet Jacob is lead jammer for Des Moines. This is Frico Suave playing catch up now. He is through.
There's a whole half lap behind there.
Oh, Jacob, just footwork to spare, puts up 4 more for Des Moines and calls off the jam. And at this point, Des Moines happy to run the clock between jams.
Yes.
Forcing Tampa. Tampa's already used 1 timeout. They have 2 remaining. They've used their official review, and so that's that. All right.
And we're seeing Des Moines almost at a 100-point lead, or point differential between.
That's right. We've got Razor jamming for Des Moines and Tinkerbomb for Tampa. Tinkerbomb finds room inside. Lead jammer Tampa. Tampa needing that. Now Razor, though, fighting through. Boy, that's the mark of a team that wants to advance, is finding a way to get their jammer through.
Yes. Tinkerbomb decides to call it before trying to getting dragged back. Picks up 3 points for those efforts.
Okay, so Tampa up to 91 now, 7:50 to go. Des Moines on 185. Tampa need a couple of quick power jams. Frico Suave and K-Boom exchanging some pleasantries at the jam line. 1 Des Moines block or pivot in the penalty box. So this is an opportunity for Tampa. Here we go. Lead jammer Frico Suave.
And Des Moines trying to get through, has the star stashed right now.
Oh, Frico taken down at the front of the pack by Recnology.
Down but not out.
Not
Picks up
at
5
all.
points, yeah.
Recnology is called off for that exchange. Coming in again, Frico Suave looking to take Tampa over the 100 mark. Oh, an out of play block now going against Mad Hatter. So all of a sudden, 5 more for Tampa. Tampa making a late charge. Frico
and gets
Suave
by on the outside there, yeah.
now through after a star stash is K-Boom for Des Moines. Frico Suave's, I'm sorry.
Oh, just that K-Boom was on her initial only.
Yes. Oh, and Tampa's going long. Frico Suave puts up 4 more. K-Boom went down hard, 0
Yes.
points. A 19-0 jam in favor of Tampa.
And Tampa now 110 points, Des Moines 185. Still 6 minutes left in this
All of a
half.
sudden, it's a 75-point game with 6 minutes, and you got to start doing your arithmetic, saying, well, okay, do we stop the clock? An official timeout helps the helps the bench staff because now
Yes.
they don't have to do that.
They don't have to
necessarily.
do that, exactly. And just having a bit of a breather and a mental space. Now we're going to see a matchup that we didn't quite see the last time because Haley Dubinsky had taken the star as the pivot and didn't really get to make any scoring passes. So now she will be the jammer the next time around. Both of these skaters aging out of the Junior Roller Derby Association this year.
Yeah, it's triple threat for the it's never just one skater, but Des Moines has certainly relied on triple threat during this game in their comeback and in their extension of the lead. It's actually a 4-3 pack advantage in Tampa's favor, and this is Haley Dubinsky getting
Fighting
mired
through.
towards the
Yes.
back. Triple threat gets through at the front of the pack. Lead jammer Des Moines.
Now Dubinsky up against Enigma at the front, gets knocked to the inside.
Triple threat is now going to, it almost looked like they were going to engage defensively for a second. That's 5 points for Des Moines.
Big hit there by number 9 on Des Moines. That's Dragonfire.
And now triple threat is just content to have the clock wind down a little bit. Maybe catching the breath to see how to attack this Tampa defense.
And that was a big offensive play by Des Moines. Des Moines saying, carry on, let's do this, let's keep going.
That's right, running along right now, 4-4 on that scoring exchange, and
Another Des Moines skater being sent to the penalty box. That is Dragonfire.
45 seconds to go in the jam, and with the period clock at 4:30, now 4:27, this strategy on Des Moines' part makes a lot of sense now.
And Haley Dubinsky missing that. The blocker who hit her out also stepped out of bounds, decides to recycle back to join triple threat
And
on
now,
the track where he was.
Now triple threat will call off the jam. 4 more points going up for Tampa, takes them to 118.
And Des Moines is at 199 right now.
Okay, 14-8 on the jam. And just as important was the fact that so much time wound down.
Yes, they decided, let's run this basically 2 minutes because there's only 3:45 left. Well, on the official score clock right now, but we all know that could be even more derby than that.
Frico Suave with the star for Tampa, and it's Jamet Jacob for Des Moines. Frico Suave wrestled to the infield by Recnology. Recnology has been a really solid defensive blocker for Des Moines this game.
We're seeing that, and just the individual blocking skills as well in JRDA across the board, both divisions, been seeing it so impressive.
Okay, Jamet Jacob is through, is lead, is getting the business by the power end of the Tampa defense, and here comes Frico Suave. Frico Suave is going to get 4, and I believe that's only 3 for Des Moines. So now on the plus side, again, some clock time went by, but Tampa actually winning that jam.
And Frico Suave, we've seen him out there a number of times on the track, just knows how to slice through the arms at the right place. For those who don't know Derby as well, you cannot, if you have a link and you're challenged on that link, you need to make sure that it can be dropped properly. Doesn't mean you have to completely let someone go by, but Frico is able to make those holes and use them. And just like right now, we're seeing Shark Bites. I believe is the first time Shark Bites has jammed this game.
Shark Bites gets lead for Tampa, and Shark Bites with a nice whisk direction.
That's one way to be a to make a debut there as your relief jammer.
Quick 4-0 in favor of Tampa, and Shark Bites coming back to a really enthusiastic reception on the bench.
That means so much for this team. Now, one thing for Tampa, they had 7 players age out this year. So they're coming in with a pretty young team. They're also going to have a couple people age out this year. Haley Dubinsky, as I mentioned, Tinkerbomb, who we've seen jam as well. So perhaps Shark Bites is going to be that next step, next generation for Tampa.
Okay, 4-2 pack advantage, and Frico Suave taking complete advantage of that. And boy, now we see the explosiveness. 5 points for Tampa.
Coming up on turn 1 there.
K-Boom with the star for Des Moines. Still not through the pack. Time winding down, though.
Frico Suave getting a little held up there, but takes the inroads. And a cut track call assessed to K-Boom.
Yeah, so now you have the decision. Do you just run the jam, or do you try to stop it? And depending on the flow of the game right now, you got to wonder. Frico Suave already with 10 points. Oh!
Gets right through.
Oh, my. That was Lil Rebel trying her darndest to stop Frico Suave. However, Frico Suave continuing to roll.
Frico Suave kind of fending for himself out there, but Lemonade trying to help out offensively. But they're waiting for K-Boom, who's now back on the track, coming in hard, or rather having offensive help.
5 more for Frico Suave, and Tampa finishing strong here as the period clock is now down to 0. Frico Suave popped out by Lil Rebel. Lil Rebel and Frico Suave are having their own little personal battle in this jam, Nell.
A little back and forth there. Frico Suave, hard hit down. That's by number 2-3, Recognology.
Well, and, no whistle, so these, again, one of the things we've seen so far this weekend, and you'll continue to see as a fan, if you're not used to junior derby play, that's going to do it. 1 more point for Tampa, so Tampa finishing on a 21-0 jam. But these skaters know how to hit. They know how to hit hard and clean.
Clean is the exact right word there, Gretchen. One of the great things about JRDA is that they are learning from some of the best senior skaters out there, and they're trying to play as clean as possible. Now, we do see a number of penalties. Oftentimes, it's the clockwise blocks, and that's been tripping up a lot of skaters this season, though, because we are trying out some new things in Derby. In fact, that's pretty much all we do in Derby is continue to evolve the sport.
Isn't that the truth?
Try something new.
All right, so as a result of this contest, Des Moines will go on to meet the winner of the next game on this track, which will be either Philly, the number 7 seed, or the number 2 seed, Attack Pack.
Wow. Yes.
And now we know that Tampa will be playing tomorrow at 9 a.m.
So there you go. Split your clocks, 9 a.m. Eastern, of course.
And they will get the loser of this, they will get the Quad City Rollers, I believe. Yes, they will get the Quad City Rollers. So it's going to be Quad City, for you Tampa fans, taking on the Tampa Bay All-Stars at 9 a.m. tomorrow.
That's incredible. And remember, if you have questions about anything that you've seen at any time, use Twitter. Use the hashtag #Talk2. That's the number 2 JRDA. And then you can chat with announcers. Of course, if you're doing it live, we can get back to you live. Otherwise, there'll be discussions happening, of course, over the next few days because championships run all the way to Sunday.
All the way till Sunday evening. So, Thank you for joining us. I'm Gretchen Little.
And I'm Death Nella.
And coming up next will be Philly versus the Attack Pack. Thank you for watching the 2018 JRDA Championships on WFTDA.tv.